Early in my videos, when I was first making videos, I guess the most immediate thing I wanted to get off my chest then was the gay thing and how it related to my own life. And so, and gosh, I'm so embarrassed by some of them. The video quality is so bad. And I'm throwing in synthesized music in the background and some of it. And some of it I look at it and I think, whoa, I'm such a whiner and crybaby and so pitiful and all of that. But I decided not to remove them, but to keep them there because it has something about the honesty factor, you know. Just leave them like they are. And I'm still having people write messages to me about some of the oldest videos I put out there, and people from all over the world, and we've had some pleasant exchanges, you know. I didn't put them on there to help anybody. I basically put them on there to get things off my chest, so you know there could be a record, so to speak. It's not to say that there aren't other perspectives worth listening to. Yeah, certainly there are, but it was, like I said, my way of venting out and getting it on there while it was all up here in my head. But anyway, but yeah, that was what I did in some of my early videos, and in some of my other videos. I want to throw in a comment to everybody watching. Now, just because I get on a video and I do a rant doesn't necessarily mean I'm expressing my own personal opinion about something. It might be that I'm expressing a popular opinion or an opinion that I've seen out there. Maybe I'm doing somewhat of a parody or a criticism, or I'm being somewhat satirical, sarcastic. Yeah. And not every time, but in some situations, you know. And when you're listening to people do videos, kind of take them all with a grain of salt. Don't, you know, get too seriously wrapped up in them, you know. But that's what I've done on some of my videos. And one thing I didn't want to do, for sure, is sugarcoat everything to a point where you have this artificial, where I'm giving you, you know, a sugar-coated image of me. I've never wanted to do that. I just pretty much give you what you see is what you get, sort of thing. But yeah, I've had angry days, and I've had good days, I've had sad days, I've had hilariously joking days, things like that, and I've included a mixture of all those things in my videos. So, you know, kind of take each video in context, you know, and kind of take each video with a grain of salt, and, you know, consider the sources. And never, 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 never have I wished for you or anyone else to think of me as some sort of expert, counselor, or anything like that. I'm just another human being on this planet, and I'm just putting my stuff, you know, out there for whoever to see. And oh well, if you find it interesting, okay, and if you don't, well, okay, there are more and more videos out there. I warned you I was going to be rambling a bit. I wonder if my coffee is cool enough to drink now. Yeah. But yeah. And it's okay for you to disagree with me about things. That's all right. I read disagreements all the time. In fact, I'm avidly seeking, you know, disagreements, not to pick fights with anybody, but just to hopefully tune into the line, the reasoning, the rationales that other people have. You know, I've not been all around the world, but I've been enough places in the world to know, to realize imperfectly, that perspectives can be so very different. Yeah. You know, you go, I'm not sure if I can explain that or not, but, you know, when I came here to Korea, I found many things about the way Koreans generally behave that struck me as very peculiar. Very peculiar, but it was so common throughout Korea. It caused me to realize, hey, these people, this is where they grow up, and this is what this is their culture. You know, this is the way they live, this is the way they talk, these are the things they do. And, you know, yeah, it's going to take a bit more effort to understand each other. And it happens that way when people come to America. You know, they see maybe Southerners behave, or certain things that they see there, and then the Northerners and the Westerners and the Southwesterners, and then, you know, there are things that are peculiar. And, you know, it could be, one could easily surrender to this, being a critic of everything, and what's the matter with you people? You know, but seriously, people, remember that there are people in the world, they live in a very totally different set of circumstances. Everything's been different about their world. Their whole world is so different. You know, let me give you just a small, overly simplified example. Just in my school, I used to see this, we had this young child, about 6 years old, one of our youngest student. And she's the cutest thing, you know. And she would come for English lessons. But she's barely 6 years old, so, you know, just, you know, entering elementary school and all. So whenever I would see her, you know, I'd like see her in the hallway, and I'd go like this. You know, how you do in America, you might wave to a small child, hi, hi, hi. And every time I did that, now it took several days of that before I really realized what was going on, before I caught on to something. But I kept doing that, and when I did that, she always came walking toward me. And after several days, hi, you know, she kept walking toward me, and she always had a look on her face that would suggest, you know, wondering what did I want, you know. And then it dawned on me, in Korea, when this, in America, let me go start with, in America, when you say come here, we take our hands and we go up like this. Sometimes we go, come here, come here. In Korea, it's like this, like this. This is a signal, come here. And so when I was waving at this young child like this, well, that's what she grew up with, and she was doing what was totally natural for her. She was coming to me, and wondering, what did I want? But that's, and you know, so that's just a very simple thing. And all around the world, people are going to have different idiosyncrasies and little things that is just going to, you know, cloud the understanding, you know. And I've also been around the world enough to know, I've been in places where farmers use water buffaloes to